In the previous class, we discussed the relationship between Gibbs energy change and equilibrium constant. Okay. So in this lecture, let us discuss some different types of problems, very important problems we discuss. Okay. So first one is, for the reaction 2 moles of NaCl gives 2 NO plus Cl2. What is the value of standard equilibrium constant at 298 Kelvin? Okay. Standard equilibrium constant, nothing but Kc we have to find. Okay, so here given that delta H naught equal to 77.2 kilojoule mole inverse, delta S naught equal to 122 joule per Kelvin per mole. Okay, so here see, look at this information. How can we calculate standard equilibrium constant? Enthalpy change and entropy change are given. Okay, so we have a relation that delta G naught equal to delta H naught minus T delta S naught. Yes or no? Delta G equal to delta H minus T delta S, which we discussed in thermodynamics. Okay, so by using this one we can calculate delta G. Okay, so once you are able to calculate delta G, we discussed one relation, delta G equal to minus 2.303 RT log Kc. Okay, see here we are discussing in the standard condition, so that's why here we are using standard enthalpy change, standard entropy change, and also we are going to calculate standard equilibrium constant. Okay, so this is the relationship, and we have to calculate Kc naught. So no, standard equilibrium constant means if you want to calculate, this is provided, this we know, but this we don't know. Yes or no? So means first you should calculate standard Gibbs energy change by utilizing this relation. Yes or no? Why we are taking only this one? See here, these two are given. Yes or no? Okay, so that's why by using this relation you should calculate delta G. Okay, so here let us substitute the given values. Delta H naught equal to, see, if you observe these two values, this is given in kilojoules per mole and it is given in joules per mole. Okay, so that's why either you should convert it into joules or you should convert delta S into kilojoules. Yes or no? So because we should have all are in the same units, maybe in the kilojoules or in the joules. Okay, so I am converting this kilojoules into joules, that is 77.2 into 10 power 3. Yes or no? 1 kilojoule equal to 10 power 3 joule, so this is multiplied by 10 power 3 minus T is how much? 298 into delta S equal to how much? 122. Okay, delta S equal to 122. Okay, so after simplification here we get the value is equal to delta G naught. See here simplifications you can do yourself. Okay, so delta G naught we get 40,844 joules. Okay, so 40,844 joules after simplification. Okay, now see this equation we can write log Kc equal to minus delta G naught by, okay, see this one we are taking this left side. Okay, so therefore we get 2.303 into R into T. Okay, 2.303 R into T. Now let us substitute the values here. Okay, so if you substitute delta G naught how much? 40,844 minus 40,844 by 2.303. R value we have to take 8.314. Yes or no? You must be very careful while taking RU value also, because this is in joules, so that's why R value also we should take in the joules, that is 8.314. Temperature equal to 298 Kelvin. Okay, temperature is 298 Kelvin. So after simplification we get log Kc naught equal to minus of 7.158. Okay, minus of 7.158. Okay, so therefore Kc naught equal to 6.95 into 10 power minus 8. Okay, so option A is the answer. See, in this type of problems, they will provide the logarithm values to calculate these. Okay, so this type of relations are coming in the problem, then they will provide the useful information. No, don't worry about this one. Okay, so this is about how to solve this type of problems when delta G is directly not given. They will give enthalpy change and entropy change. From that, first you should calculate Gibbs energy change, and then from this relation we can calculate equilibrium constant. Okay, so this is one very important model. See, this same concept we discuss in the thermodynamics also. Same problem in 2 chapters. Okay, so clear? Next we discuss some other problems also. Now let us see another problem here. For the reaction, NH4SH solid gives NH3 plus H2S in a closed vessel. Okay, the equilibrium pressure is given as P atmosphere. The standard Gibbs energy change for the reaction would be, means we have to find delta G naught. Okay, standard Gibbs energy change. Okay, so for this one, what is the relationship? How can we calculate delta G from the equilibrium constant value? So delta G naught equal to minus of RT ln Kp. Okay, see, by looking at the options we have to take whether it is in the logarithm or whether it is in the ln. Okay, so RT ln Kp. Okay, so we don't know this one. So no, first we have to calculate Kp for this reaction. Okay, what is the reaction given here? NH4SH solid is in equilibrium with NH3 gas plus H2S gas. Okay, see here it is given that the equilibrium pressure is P atmosphere. Okay, see here total pressure at equilibrium is how much? P atmosphere. See here, this is the solid. Yes or no? Means we do not consider this one. Its pressure is negligible. Okay, so we have to consider only gaseous species. Okay, so total pressure is P atmosphere. Now see this, these two are formed in 1:1 ratio. Yes or no? 1 mole of NH3, 1 mole of H2S. So here both are contributing equally for the total pressure of the system at equilibrium. Yes or no? Total pressure is P atmosphere. So this one P by 2 atmosphere, and this is also P by 2 atmosphere. This step is very important. Okay, they have given total pressure, but we have to find the partial pressure. Yes or no? To calculate Kp, partial pressure of NH3 into partial pressure of H2S. So no, partial pressure of NH3 into partial pressure of H2S. So from the total pressure we should calculate partial pressure at equilibrium. Okay, so P by 2, total equal to how much? 1 P atmosphere. Okay, clear? So now Kp is equal to partial pressure of NH3 into partial pressure of H2S. Already we discussed how to write equilibrium constant expression. It is a solid, so it does not appear in the Kp expression. Okay, so now let us substitute here these values. We get Kp equal to P by 2 into P by 2. Okay, P by 2 into P by 2, that is P square by 4. Okay, Kp is equal to P square by 4. Next, therefore, take this one and substitute here. Delta G naught equal to minus RT ln P square by 4. Okay, P square by 4. Okay, see, this one we can write as minus RT ln P by 2 whole square. Yes or no? We can write this one as P square by 4. We can write P by 2 whole square. Okay, so this 2 comes here. So we get minus 2 RT ln P by 2. Okay, 2RT ln P by 2. Yes or no? So we know this relation that ln of a power x equal to x ln a. Yes or no? So that's why this power comes here. Okay, so now this we can write, see, this is in the form of log a by b. So no, log a by b means log a minus log b. Okay, so therefore we get delta G naught equal to minus of 2RT ln P minus ln 2. So no, ln of a by b equal to ln of a minus ln of b. So ln of P by 2 means ln P minus ln 2. Okay, so here this is the delta G naught value. Okay, so now look at the options. So this is the answer. Option C is the answer. Okay, so very simple. Whenever standard Gibbs energy and equilibrium constant are present in a problem means we have to use, this is the only relation, yes or no, between equilibrium constant and standard free energy change which we have in the chemistry, right? Okay, so from this one Kp is not given. So they have given only one hint in the problem is that total pressure at equilibrium is given. So from that, here we have two gaseous species which are formed in equimolar ratio. So that's why they are contributing equally same for the total pressure. So that's why P by 2 atmosphere, P by 2 atmosphere. If you substitute in the Kp expression, we get Kp value and substitute here after simplification. This is the relation. Okay. Clear? So now let us see one more problem also. Now let us see another model, very important. Okay, so for a particular cell, E naught cell, okay, standard EMF of the cell is negative. Which of the following is the correct relationship for the values of standard free energy change and equilibrium constant K? Okay, so E naught cell is negative. And we have to identify the correct relationship for the delta G and K. See here, we have a relation we discussed in the electrochemistry that delta G naught equal to minus NF E naught cell. Okay, so Gibbs energy change is equal to minus NF E naught cell. Okay, so this what is N? Number of electrons involved in the reaction. Okay, and what is F? F is Faraday, that is equal to 96,500 coulomb. So no, F is Faraday and this is the EMF of the cell. Okay, see now here it is already given that E naught cell is negative. So no, in the problem it is given that E naught cell is negative. Okay, so now if you rearrange this one, see here, we can write this one as E naught cell equal to minus delta G naught by N into F. Okay, so E naught cell equal to minus delta G naught by N into F. Okay, so here it is already given that E naught cell is negative, means see here, already we have minus, it is positive, it is also positive. Number of electrons is always 1 electron, 2 electron, 3 electron, whatever it may be. And F is also a positive number, yes or no? Means to become this total value negative, this also must be positive. Yes or no? If all are positive, then only minus into plus will be minus. Okay. For example, let us take that if delta G is 2 plus 2, N is 2 into 96,500. Okay, so here we get minus 1 by 96,500. Okay, so for understanding purpose we are discussing this one with simple numbers. Yes or no? So to get overall E naught cell value is negative, this delta G must be positive, means so here therefore we can say that definitely delta G naught must be greater than 0. That should be positive. Then only we get this E naught cell as a negative. Yes or no? Suppose if it is minus, delta G naught is negative, less than 0, then minus into minus that will be plus. Okay, so E naught cell we get positive, but here we should get E naught cell is negative. For that this must be positive, that is delta G naught should be greater than 0. Okay, clear? Next, and also we know that delta G naught is equal to minus RT ln K. Okay, delta G naught equal to minus RT ln K. Okay, so here we have, from this one it is confirmed that delta G naught is greater than 0. Yes or no? Delta G naught is greater than 0. So here, to get here delta G naught greater than 0, so K must be less than 1. Okay, K must be less than 1. See here, this is, we are saying that it must be a positive. So no, to get E naught cell negative, delta G naught must be positive. Okay, if you want to get this one as a positive value, this K must be less than 1. Okay, if K is less than 1, then only we get, okay, delta G naught is positive. Yes or no? Okay, if see this K is greater than 1, so this entire value will become positive, so minus into plus minus, but we should get delta G positive, so that's why, so this ln K value must be negative. In that case, minus into minus we get plus. So when this becomes minus, then when K is less than 1, then only ln K value will be negative. So negative into negative, that will be positive. So then only here we get delta G naught positive when K is less than 1. So now look at the options. Option B is the correct answer for this one. Okay, so simple and very important. The same problem, it is useful in the electrochemistry, in the thermodynamics, and also in the chemical equilibrium also. Okay, so first, whenever this E naught cell is given, this is the relation. So from this one, already mentioned that E naught cell is negative. So to get this one negative, this must be positive. Okay, so and then to get here delta G positive, this K must be less than 1. So that's why we are getting this option. Okay, so clear? So these are the three very important types of problems we discussed. In the upcoming lectures we discuss some other different models also. Okay, thank you.